You know who else has been drinking their AG1?
Zach?
Judgy.
You mean AJ?
This guy. Talk about homers. 60. You know who never hit 60? Our good friend Albert. 60 pumps? We're going 60 pumps in a year of dead ball? A year of dead ball? We're playing dead ball out here. This guy's got 60.
60 pumps is like.
I don't want to hear that shit either about him playing at Yankee Stadium because he's hitting better on the road than he is at home.
Ooh, I like that. Protect your boy.
That's a bad argument because why wouldn't you say like, oh, like Jason Giambi could have hit 60. He played at Yankee Stadium. Like clearly it's not easy because no one's done it.
Nobody.
Forever.
Except for Maris and Baby Ruth.
I'm saying like in a long time.
Can I ask you? I had a good question. And it's still half there.
Tom, did the Maris family go to Toronto? Did they show him on TV?
Tonight in Toronto in the first row was Aaron's mother and Roger Maris Jr. sitting together.
That's pretty cool.
When he got intentionally walked in the 10th inning.
Intentionally walked. Grow up, Toronto.
I mean, I will say in Toronto's defense, I hate to have to defend Toronto
fighting
here.
for a playoff spot.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
They're playing,
hey,
but also it did work. It also they walked him with first and second, and Rizzo grounded out. So
hey, easy. Why are you shit talking Riz?
Yeah, don't shit talk Riz, man.
That's real friend of the pod.
He had two hits in the game. He had a double. He texted me about how to handle Gosman, and he goes, "What do I do against Gosman?" And I go, "I think you should sit on the splitter. Like you don't want to chase it, sit on it." And then he was like, he was like, "No, I'm attacking the heater." All right, he got 2 knocks off the heater. I'm pretty sure.
And he said, "Ian, I'm never listening to you again."
He definitely got a knock. He got a double off the heater in the first at bat. I don't know what he hit in the third at bat when he singled. Was it a splitter?
I believe it was a splitter. He took it the other way.
Ooh,
maybe he went to it. We're gonna talk about that. I sat on the splitter my third bet against him, and I saw it really well, and I walked.
My thing with splitters is weird. It's like they're very hard to throw in the zone and obviously really hard to take. But it's like at some point, if you see it, again, I haven't seen a Gosman splitter, but I just feel like the report has to be just take it if you see anything tumbling. Have to. I understand it's way easier said than done, but make him throw it in the zone.
Yeah, but sitting on it sometimes helps you take it.
No, I agree. But sometimes you also see pitches way too well that you need to swing. You feel like you need to swing it.
Yes. Let's talk about Judge. Let me ask you a question about Judge. Is it more impressive that he's hit 60 total homers? Okay. Or is it more impressive that he has 20? I think Schwarber hit 41, so he has 19 more. But let's just say 20 more homers than the next closest person in the big leagues. What's more impressive, the total number or the fact that this year, like in a year worth of dead balls, that he has that much more than the next person?
I think both.
Yeah. I mean, that many more than the next best person, though, is like, that's insane. Like, how can I get why they would intentionally walk him? I wouldn't face that guy either. I'd say somebody else will beat us, but Aaron Judge.
I would say the 20 because that's something we haven't. I mean, granted, you haven't seen both in such a long time, but the fact that he's doing this in a year with the ball being dead, and as someone who was at the game Thursday, let me tell you, if you hit the ball between 35 with a 35-degree launch angle at 113 miles an hour, I would love for that one to leave the ballpark because the other 19 in the history of StatCast had all left the ballpark except for that one.
Zach, if you hit a ball 113 at 35, what are you doing?
I'm asking for an investigation of the baseball.
So was I.
How are they putting a soft? How are they putting?
Was it windy?
Ball?
Was it windy?
It was a little bit cold and like a little bit windy, but
it's not windy in Yankee Stadium. There's no wind. It's too big. There's no wind. Stop, Tom. Stop, Tom. I played a windy field. Okay, played a field with no protection. It's really windy. Don't tell me Yankee Stadium is windy. I want to hear that bullshit. Okay, it's trash. It's trash. It's a dead ball. That's a soft ball. It's a ball that's made of mush. Okay. Like one of the balls that got in the batch, got out of the humidifier, sat in the moisture. I don't know what happened, but he hit a lead balloon out there, went out, it died. 113 at 35 should go in every ballpark in every condition, all the time,
Every day and twice on Sundays.
twice on Sundays, 2 times. It's crazy. Tom.
Yes.
Tom.
What's up?
You want to talk about the Yankees, Tom? How you feeling? Feeling good? Feeling good?
I don't even necessarily want to talk necessarily that much about the Yankees. They have won 7 in a row, so obviously that makes it easier to talk about them. But I got to go to 2 of the games this weekend. On Thursday, the aforementioned 113-35 game, and then I also got to go yesterday. And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because it was one of the. I said to somebody, it reminds you of why you love sports. You go to an event like that and you see the crowd and how locked in and engaged everyone was, and it just reminds you of, why you love baseball and why you love sports. It was just the coolest. I think Thursday in particular, a bunch of us from the office went, and for the second that ball was going out, it was really, really fucking cool until they caught it. But
Was the crowd, when you were there, was the crowd locked in on every single second of the game, or was it like when Judge was coming up, it was like,
yeah, no, so it was the second one. I mean, I would say the crowd was more it was Yankees Red Sox, and it was the opportunity to clinch the division. So it was a very good crowd. Like I would say it was I've been to Yankee playoff games that was about as good as you can get in a Yankee play, like not a World Series game, but like maybe a divisional round game. Like it was that kind of crowd. But then the whole atmosphere changed every time Judge came up. And as you mentioned, it was sort of that right before every pitch, wherever you could just hear 47,000 people not making a sound. And that's one of the coolest things, in sports, I think I've ever heard, is that noise of just everyone just kind of doing that before every pitch.
Was the 113 the one that the cameraman showed like 10 rows up and then it was fucking at the track?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
how sad were people when he would get walked? Was it just like they were really
They probably
sad?
just booed.
Just sad
Good,
people.
good for the Triple Crown.
Yeah. Well,
He's already got that part of it. He's the average part.
No, I know, but I'm saying his average is staying there.
Yeah. Walk
Yeah.
save average. Good point.
it was interesting. The crowd on Thursday in particular, because he got walked in 4 pitches on the first at bat, and none of them were close. And the crowd took that as like a sign of like, okay, they're not going to pitch him all night. And every ball after that, they just booed mercilessly to the point that it almost didn't make sense. Like there was a 1-2 pitch that he took, and then they booed. And I was like, well, guys, if that was a strike, the at-bat's over. Like a ball is a good outcome here.
I love that though. Loyal
They
to
were-
a fault.
Yes, they loved it to a fault. And can I just say, as I said, I think it was one of the coolest games I've ever gotten to go to, and getting to see something like that reminds you of baseball history. And I know sometimes on the show, Ian, you need to issue an apology to Rogers Hornsby. We had a lot of people very angry at you for calling him Roger.
It's his nickname. That was a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
I'm
it's my
kidding.
guy Raj. It's my guy Raj.
But I will say, as a show that I think sometimes and fairly it talks about the history of baseball and why some of the records aren't as impressive as maybe they seem. To be there, I thought about my grandfather was a New York City police officer. He worked at Yankee Stadium often. Both my uncles got to meet Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. That's a story they've talked about their whole lives. My dad went to high school block from Yankee Stadium, and the coolest day of my life will always be the day that I got a call from the New York Yankees when I was at the winter meetings and had an interview set up and then ultimately got hired by them. So just to reflect on all of that Yankee fandom and to remind yourself of why you love sports and why you're a fan, to go to a game like that, it was really incredible. And it reminded me of why I would love working at a place like John Boy, because you do think about, I for a while I went to journalism school and you kind of thought you can't be a fan. You try to kind of beat that fan out of you a little bit so you can be objective, so you can have opportunities like I'm having right now to be able to talk to you guys. And to work at a place like John Boy and to be a fan and to go to an event like that and just lose my mind every time Judge came up. It was the best. And it reminds me of why I love working at a company like this and how fortunate I am to have an opportunity to talk to guys like you. As I said, it just, I was overwhelmed on Thursday leaving, thinking about how, I wish we'd saw it. Obviously, that's my only regret. I went twice and I didn't get to see it, but man, it was, for most of the way, I didn't think that ball was getting out, the one to dead center. And then when he got onto the track and kept moving, I thought, oh shit, it's actually getting out. and kind of lost my mind for a second. And then when he caught it, it was obvious the come down. But man, just the coolest sporting event I've ever been to.
I'm going to segue from this. That was fantastic, Tom.
That was
That
awesome.
really was amazing.
That was sweet. What a way to enter.
And
Scott,
I'm gonna,
you ever heard of a microphone over
I'm
there,
gonna
buddy?
do a clean. Scott,
bad?
shut up. I'm gonna do a clean segue. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like. We have a special guest. This is an 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern special guest, right on the dot. Brought to you by Mugsy Jeans. If I know one guy that loves Mugsy Jeans, it's our special guest. Looks good in jeans. Maybe he doesn't have the craziest behind you've ever seen. But you know what?
Welcome on,
When he puts on
Scotty.
those
Wow.
When he puts on those Mugsies, God damn it, does he look good? Scotty Effross. Scotty, thanks for being on the pod, Scotty. If you would like a pair of Mugsy jeans that makes your ass look incredible, they're the most damn comfortable jeans around. You just go to mugsyjeans.com. Nope, it's just mugsy.com. You just go to mugsy.com and you put discount code JohnBoy in. Mugsy.com, discount code JohnBoy. Okay, and you're gonna get 10% off the jeans that make you look just as good as Scotty Effross. Scotty, thanks for joining, Scotty. Didn't mean to ricochet you there early.
No.
Didn't mean it.
It's okay. First off, how's my mic volume? I don't have my travel mic with me, so it's hard.
It's not committed. You're not committed.
No, you know what? It's kind of a lack of commitment. I'm sure Mugsy wouldn't like the false advertisement of saying I have a good ass in their jeans because you don't want to lie to the people. But
Scotty,
What? No,
can you
Scott.
put
No,
those things
yeah.
on, Scotty? Scott, I want to segue from Tom's unbelievable talk there about the Judge games and being a fan. And I want to ask you, when you got to be out in the bullpen for those games, when you're out there, do you lose kind of like perspective of the game and just go into like pure fan mode?
tonight, yeah, yes.
Just when
First
you're out
off,
there, like every time he gets in at bat, he's at 60, he's going for 61. Do you just turn into like a little kid and you stand at the fence and you
Yes.
watch and you go like this, like I might have a chance here to witness history?
I feel like it's one like Scott, like how in the bullpen. No, I'm playing off your point. I'm accentuating your point. So it's like in the bullpen, like a lot of times, like you guys don't know what the bullpen's like, but we just fuck around half the time. But I feel like what you're asking, Ian, is when Judge comes up, everyone is like, all right, let's lock in on the baseball game.
Yes. So first off, Tom, that was very cool to kind of hear the tail end of that. My couple months here, I'm definitely learning, how special the Yankees are to a lot of people. So that's very cool to hear that personal connection. And I know which ball you're talking about. I don't know how that one didn't get out. I think the metrics it gets out 100% of the time, except for that one, of course, but it is what it is. Tonight was the first time I got to see it from the dugout because he had that bat after my inning finished. I got to see it from the dugout and just like looking out, like this is my first time in Toronto. So I was kind of looking around already, but looking around like, new setting, just like cameras everywhere. People were like on their feet, like fans, had their phone like on the road. It's pure. You're literally just like, yeah, it's exactly what you said. You just drop all of like your kind of emotions of the game for an at bat and just kind of enjoy, what he's doing on the field. It's very cool. So like, yeah, every time he comes up, you kind of like, if we're inside in the bullpen, you kind of go outside and walk. We try to switch things up and stay inside, like kind of watch from inside for a moment there at home. But it's like, yeah, I mean, it's obviously, super special what he's doing. And it's a moment bigger than the game itself, I guess, each time he comes up for at least a fan's perspective. He's not treating it like that. He's still taking great at bats. Like, I mean, his first one tonight was a rocket to right field, just like starting the game. We scored in the first inning. So like, he's still taking great at bats and not trying to do too much, but it's definitely an event from an outsider's perspective every time he walks to the plate.
So when Miggy was going for 500, you could tell that he was like pressing a little bit. He just wanted to get it done with, like, just because it was taking a lot of obviously attention away from the team. And he, like, when he hit it, he's like, listen, I'm sorry guys. Like, it took so long, kind of joking, but you could see that, after he hit it, he was just like, oh, thank God it's over with. Do you think right now like I know you've mentioned it. Like Judge doesn't really seem any different, right?
Not at all. I mean, like,
Awesome.
and like the fact that he's like leading off too, it's like, especially on the road, like he's the first to bat of the game. Like he wants to hit it, like obviously, but like he wants to get on base, and he got on base, and Riz hit a double. It's just like he's still doing things to help like win ball games, and obviously we came up short tonight, but like there's absolutely no change in I mean, like people keep asking, it's like there's absolutely no change in approach, and like like I said, obviously like we want him to do it, he'll get it, but it's just like he's still just such a winning ball player that it's like still handles his business like that.
Scotty has a question for us. He told me he came ready.
I want to be on here. I heard Ian might not be on here. I was kind of a late game time decision. Ian had an off day. I hope the off day was great. I have a Scotty Effross fan question of the week brought to you by whoever, Mugsy.
Mugsy Jeans.
Yeah,
by the New York Yankees.
By the New York Yankees. Do you want me to ask it now?
No free ads. No free ads, Yanks. Go ahead, Scott.
Do you want? Okay. All right. So, end of season's wind down. I thought we could do some season superlatives, some quick one-hitters. I got 3 categories, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to start
This
with...
is so Scott.
We're going to start... I thought of it on the bus. I'm like, what's a good one? And I looked over at Rizzo. I'm like, I think this is a good category right here. So, funniest teammate of the year.
Are you saying this because Rizzo's your funniest teammate of the year?
He might be I think, funniest Yankee teammate. I don't know. We got a hilarious clubhouse here. I think with the Cubs, it was probably Wade. Definitely Wade. And
Ian,
I think with the Yanks, it might be Riz.
Is this a teammate to laugh at or laugh with?
The funniest
That's a big difference.
Ian's 100% funniest teammate laughing at is definitely me, because that's all you did.
Do both count? Either or?
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever in your mind, the funniest teammate of the year. If you're going to put it on a trophy.
Zack, Dakota, do you have one?
Zach, you go first.
I would say Jamie Westbrook or Brendan Davis here in Toledo.
Hilarious.
Trying to think.
Are you belittling me because I'm not?
No, I'm asking you. Like,
Thanks.
give us why are they funny? Like, what's going on?
Because they feed off each other. They're good friends. They're roommates at home. We have a group message called Golf Chop. That's all it is. Every day they think they're a new golfer. It's like, hey, I'm a Morikawa guy. Hey, I'm a Fleetwood guy. That's what it is every single day. Jamie Westbrook calls himself the Barrel Man, and I could not tell you the last time I've called him anything other than Barrel. Like, that's his name. Our manager, when he's up to the plate, come on, Barrel, come on.
Zach is Jamie Westbrook's golf instructor.
Yeah, we were in Columbus this year, and he hits a homer, comes out, and some fan was screaming at him. And this is before, again, he's been there for like a month maybe. Comes up, the fan's yelling, whatever, and he hits a homer, and he comes up. Never has said this before. He goes, I'm the Barrel Man. Me, I am the Barrel Man. And we were just like, what the fuck did he just say? So since that day, it was just like, that's the Barrel Man. That's Barrel. Always on the barrel.
I think mine would be it's similar to Zach's. Teddy and Huddy, Brian Hudson. They play off each other really well. Me and Teddy basically just make fun of Huddy all day. We just call him dumb. We just call him big, stupid idiot, just normal names. And we just kind of make fun of him the whole day. And he takes it really well. And it's just, and we've known each other for 6 years, and it's just the same jokes we've always made.
I love Huddy. I love Teddy too. That is a great combo.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that my funniest teammate is Wade Miley. Wade Miley is hilarious, not just because he will say funny things to other people, and he's very good at like poking fun at people in a just hilarious way and not in a mean way, and he has a hilarious country accent draw, but also like he will say some shit that is so off the wall that he is very funny to laugh at. Very funny to laugh at. And
you noticed that in the few games he rehabbed with us. He was the same exact way.
I mean, it's unbelievable. When he pitches, that day is a hilarious day. I mean, weigh in on Wade Miley.
Big fan.
Scott, would
All
you
right.
like to say your funniest teammate? You can split it up both teams. You don't have to like pick if you don't
He
want.
Well,
did.
I think
He
Wade
did.
and
He
I
did.
think Wade and I don't know. Rizzo's hilarious, as you know, Ian. Like he's always got something. Donaldson's very funny as well. I don't know. We have a very funny clubhouse here, but Wade, I think, is my runaway funniest teammate in Chicago. All right, category number 2. What was it? Oh, favorite road town of the year. Favorite
Columbus.
road.
Columbus, not even close.
Columbus.
Not even close.
Home-
I love
my mom's gonna
Columbus.
listen to this episode. My mom's gonna hear this, and she's gonna go. I guarantee this is what's gonna happen. My mom's listening right now, and she knows it's gonna happen. She's gonna
It's
go.
live.
Yep, it's live.
Yep.
She's,
Scott, it's
she's
live.
gonna go.
First time ever, Scott.
She's gonna go. The boy said Columbus. You should move back to Columbus. You should come buy a house next to me in Columbus. That's what's gonna happen.
Columbus
Well,
is
Just because you guys said it was your
unbelievable.
favorite road town.
Columbus is
I
great.
love it.
Columbus is great.
It's a great
Short
town.
Short
Great
North,
town.
unbelievable street. So many good sandwich shops. Oh, what a
Did you
spot.
guys go to
Indy.
now I'm blanking on it. What is it? It's not Glenview. Is Glenview?
No. Dublin.
No, it's the other way. It's closer to campus. We're getting off track.
Granville.
What was your
Granville?
favorite? What was your favorite?
High Street? What are we talking about?
High
No,
Street.
it's High Street. It's
Great.
Short North. Short North's the
Yeah,
name of
Short
like, the
North is
neighborhood.
the neighborhood.
Town hall, that whole area.
Yeah.
We
Scott, favorite road
to,
city?
I don't know. Toronto's very cool.
I was gonna say Toronto too.
Roof
I
open, roof
really-
closed. Roof open, roof closed today.
It was closed tonight. I think there was a chance of rain.
Opens way cool.
No way.
I might go. I don't know. I'm torn. I think I might go San Diego though. It was unbelievable. Like the weather is like laugh out loud. It's not real. It's not real weather. It's perfect every single day. We went there. When did we go there? May.
Yeah.
May.
Around there.
It was
May or early
money.
June.
Like we went to see the Navy SEALs facility there. Rode along the beach. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Good. The pour over lady there, Ian.
Oh, the pour of a cart lady. She's unbelievable. She crushed
Yeah.
it. She sits in the shade. There's this lady that does pour over coffee. Okay. And she sits in the shade and it's freezing cold in the morning in the shade. And she just wears it with a hoodie on and makes pour over coffee in her cart. She's unbelievable. I would say that my 2 this year, I'm a sneaky big Washington, D.C. fan.
Yes.
Way into D.C.
Love DC.
Love DC.
Love going there.
Did you
didn't get
get
to play
Scott
golf
Effross
there.
tips?
Didn't get to play golf there this year, but got to play golf in Baltimore. So I kind of count those the same. Scotty
you
and I,
played golf. You played golf.
Scotty
in
and I
Baltimore?
played golf in Baltimore. We had a great time. But I would say my New York trip this year, I had a very special New York trip when we played the Yankees. I got to see my good friend Anthony. I got to play golf one day.
Sal?
I got to see him. I got to see my good friend Tom. Scott and I went to John Boy. It
I was
was.
gonna say,
I got to see
yeah.
Sal. It was a really really awesome trip when we did New York to play the Yanks. Julie was there, so
Yeah,
I'm
was
going,
gonna say
that
San
New York
Diego.
trip, best trip of the year.
Yeah, San Diego or the New York, because we had that off day too before, so you could like kind of go around town, go to the park. Me and Bernie went to dinner. It was,
Jay
it
Hay's
was-
sick dinner with Jay Hay at Carbone. That was a banger of a trip.
yeah, it was a good one.